We thought we understood what this technology was for. When the first generative models hit the mainstream, we treated them like a glorified party trick. We used the chatbots to summarize long, tedious reading assignments 15 minutes before the bell rang. We had them draft mandatory discussion board posts at 11:59 p.m. to hit a midnight deadline. We used them to debug our messy code or generate a passable thesis statement right before the final grade was due. We called it a study hack. We called it working smarter, not harder. But we were wrong. That wasn't the future of education. That was just the toy phase. That was the era of the shortcut. Welcome to 2026. Artificial intelligence is no longer a shortcut. It is the invisible, pulsing infrastructure of the global economy and the modern classroom. The models have evolved from simply spitting out probabilistic facts to tutoring you in real time, synthesizing entire semesters of multidisciplinary lectures, and simulating high-stakes, real-world job environments right on your laptop screen. The question you need to ask yourself today isn't whether AI is going to make school too easy, or whether your university is going to successfully ban it. Those debates are over. The technology is here, and it is embedded in everything. The real question is whether you will graduate into the AI divide completely left behind, or if you will step up and master the machine before you even grab your diploma. Today, we're cutting through the noise. No apocalyptic Terminator scenarios. No generic, out-of-touch, don't cheat lectures from administrators who don't understand the tech. In the next few minutes, we are going to completely dismantle the anxiety around artificial intelligence and give you the exact, high-value, actionable blueprint to master this technology before you enter the most competitive workforce in human history. Act 2. The atrophy trap and the real threat. Let's address the elephant in the room. Why the urgency? Why does this matter right now? Because right now, the global student body is rapidly separating into two distinct categories: the outsourcers and the orchestrators. The outsourcers are falling into what we call the atrophy trap. They are using AI to do the thinking for them. When you ask an AI to write your essay from scratch, you aren't just cheating the teacher. You are cheating your own neurological development. The act of writing is the act of thinking. Struggling with a blank page is how your brain learns to structure a logical argument, weigh conflicting evidence, and persuade an audience. If you outsource the struggle, those cognitive muscles atrophy. The outsourcer will graduate with a high GPA and absolutely zero capacity for deep, original thought. They will be immediately replaced by the very software they used to cheat. Orchestrators, on the other hand, treat AI like a team of hyper-competent research assistants, debate partners, and personal tutors. They don't just ask AI for the answers. They direct the AI to teach them the underlying concepts. They are spending less time passively memorizing flashcards and more time applying, building, breaking, and creating. The real threat in 2026 isn't a robot taking your future job. The threat is your classmate sitting 3 rows ahead of you. The threat is the student who understands how to use AI to learn a new coding language over the weekend, draft a flawless startup pitch deck by Tuesday, and analyze a complex economic data set by Wednesday, all while you are still manually highlighting a physical textbook. If you feel overwhelmed about your future career, it's because you are looking at AI as a tool to help you pass a standardized test. Rather than a dynamic system, you must manage to rapidly accelerate your own skill acquisition. Act 3. The blueprint for student mastery. So, how do you actually extract real compounding value? How do you avoid the atrophy trap and become an orchestrator? It comes down to 3 non-negotiable pillars that you must start practicing this exact semester. Pillar 1. Advanced prompt architecture for deep learning. First, stop talking to AI like it's a traditional search engine. A search engine retrieves static information. AI reasons, synthesizes, and adapts. Typing Summarize the French Revolution or explain quantum physics is a tragic waste of its potential. You must master contextual architecture. You have to give the AI an identity, a specific constraint, a targeted learning goal, and a feedback loop. You need to use frameworks like the Feynman technique. Instead of saying, "Explain cellular biology to me," you must say, "Act as a tough but encouraging Ivy League biology professor. I am a college freshman preparing for a high-stakes midterm on cellular respiration. Do not, under any circumstances, give me the direct answers. Instead, quiz me one concept at a time using the Socratic method. Force me to explain the concepts in my own words. If my logic is flawed, point out the specific gap in my reasoning and ask a guiding question to help me find the right path." When you control the context like this, you transform the AI from a simple cheat sheet into a personalized, elite-level tutor that is available 24 hours a day, dynamically adjusting to your specific learning speed. Pillar 2. The cross-disciplinary sandbox. Pillar 2 is orchestration and cross-disciplinary learning. The modern world does not care about your major. It cares about your ability to solve complex, overlapping problems. Historically, learning a secondary skill outside your major had too much friction. If you were an English major, learning Python to analyze literature data was too daunting. If you were a computer science student, learning graphic design to make your app look good took too much time. AI obliterates that friction. You must use AI as a sandbox to merge disciplines. If you are studying history, use AI to help you build an interactive digital map of historical trade routes, learning basic coding along the way. If you are a business major, use an AI agent to simulate a hostile corporate negotiation, asking it to adopt the persona of a ruthless competitor. Your value as a student is no longer in how much siloed data you can hold in your head. It's in your ability to connect the dots across different fields and use AI to bridge the gaps in your technical knowledge. Pillar 3. The human premium. The real advantage in the age of AI is not technical, it's human. As AI produces endless polished but average work, good enough loses value. What stands out is your judgment, taste, and perspective. AI can generate ideas, but it cannot decide what truly matters. It cannot feel what resonates with people, or understand which problems are worth solving. That requires human empathy and awareness. Your edge lies in critical thinking, emotional intelligence, communication, and leadership resilience. When things fail, AI is a tool. You decide how it's used. You are the curator, the one who gives direction and meaning. Act 4. The 30-day action plan. Week 1. Audit your friction. Stop guessing where AI can help. Identify it. For 1 week, track every task that feels slow, repetitive, or mentally draining, like formatting, structuring, or getting started. These friction points are your biggest opportunities for leverage. Week 2. From passive to active. Stop passively reading and highlighting. Choose one difficult subject and spend an hour creating an AI prompt that challenges you. Debate the concepts, defend your answers, and let the AI expose your gaps. Real learning comes from active recall and friction. Week 3. Build your second brain. Don't treat subjects separately. Centralize your notes, PDFs, and syllabus into one AI workspace. Use it to connect ideas across subjects and identify weak or contradictory areas. Focus on uncovering what you don't understand, not just summarizing what you do. Week 4. Build, don't just write. Move beyond theory. Use AI to create something tangible, a project that proves your skills. Start small but real. What you build matters more than what you write, because outcomes demonstrate capability. The bigger picture. The era of casually using AI is ending. A divide is forming between those who let AI think for them and those who use it to sharpen their own thinking. Knowledge is no longer gated, only ambition matters. The question: you already have the tools. Now, what are you going to learn today?